Hey guys, okay, so this is called completing the square using, you're actually solving and factoring. It's a very strange, but it's just another way to factor. This page here, I think you might have, I want you to get rid of it. We're going to flip over to page 14, I think, but I want it to look like this. Okay. So basically, we're going to solve these equations by using completing the square to factor. Okay, so here's our equation. And what you see is that you have this constant over here, which you've never had before. So we're going to get rid of that constant and move that constant over here. So we're going to subtract it. Once I subtract it, I'm going to simplify my equation, so I'm left with this. Now I need to find our C by completing that square. So as we did yesterday, we have x squared, and how many x's do we need on each side so it's even on both sides? So x, 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 or 3, x, 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 or 3. And so these are important. Now, these are minus because it's a negative 6. To find our C, we just multiply those or get 9. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. Another way you could do that is to take your B and divide it by 2 and then square it, and you'll still get the 9. Next, you need to do the factoring. So the other day we found the factors are this number. So this C goes here. This factor goes here. Because this was a negative 3 and a negative 6, this is going to be a minus. And then I'm going to simplify this. 7 plus 9 is 16. Okay, so we just brought that down. Too many arrows. Anyway, now we're going to keep solving, but to get rid of the squared, I need to take the square root of x minus 3 squared equals the square root of 16. Because if I do something on this side, I have to do it on this because the equal means you're doing the same thing. When I take the square root, it undoes the squared. It's like the inverse. I'm left with x minus 3 is equal to 4. Now, it's not just 4. It's either a positive 4 or a negative 4. This is kind of new to you. So make sure you understand that 4 times 4 is 16. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. So that's why we have that. You don't really think about that as much. Next, we're going to find our roots. So we have to solve two equations. And the two equations would be x minus 3 equals the positive 4. And then I'm going to put this under here. X minus 3 equals the negative 4 because we have a positive and a negative. Now I'm going to solve for x. So x equals 7 here. Solve for x. X equals a negative 1 here. And so I'm going to put 7, negative 1. It doesn't matter which order this is in, so it could be negative 1 and 7. That part does not matter. And you're done. So let's try a couple examples. So we're going to add that 7. We needed that constant over here for this to work. So it's just another way for us to factor quadratics. So now we're going to add our C to both sides. Again, this time it's a positive 3. So 6 divided by 2 equals that positive 3. This times this gives us our 9, so we're going to add 9 to both sides. Simplify. Looks standard, equals 16 again. So we're going to factor this. So our factor, that's these numbers. So x plus 3 squared, think of it, there's two of them, equals 16. Next, take the square root. When I take the square root, that releases the squared, and this is a positive or negative 4 as my solution. Keep going. Got two equations to solve. One equals a positive 4, and one equals a negative 4. And solve for x. And there you have it. Again, this is just another strategy for factoring. Another one. Let's send that 10 over. Let's add our c. So since this is 8 and it's negative 8, that would be negative 4x's here and negative 4x's here. And our c, to complete the square here, would be 16. So I'm going to add 16 to both sides. X squared minus 8x plus 16 equals positive 6. Factor. Okay, it's those minus 4. So x minus 4 squared equals 6. Square root. X minus 4 is equal to the square root of 6. Oh, where's my calculator? Clear. Square root of 6, and it says to round to my nearest tenth. So 2.4. It's a positive or negative 2.4. Set up my two equations. A positive, I don't need a plus. Oh, it's already there, so I got to stick with it. And x minus 4 equals a negative 2.4. Solve for x. X is equal to 6.4. So don't freak out with these decimals. It's not going to hurt you. Plus 4. And then x equals 1.6. And there you have it.